Hey, what's going on, guys? Claytano here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. So, I know I said that I was supposed to be, making a video every day, but unfortunately, I did get sick. As you can kind of tell in my voice, I'm a little bit nasally, a little bit weird sounding, so that's what happened. That's why I haven't made a video in a couple days, but I'm back. I just got back from work. That's why I'm wearing like this nice button-down shirt and being all professional and crap and whatnot. But I just want to know, like, who else is excited for free rune removal tomorrow? Because I know I am, and it's like almost Christmas, right? When it's like Christmas Eve and you're like making sure you got everything, like you're in good order, you're asleep at this time, so that way you can wake up and like open up all your presents in the morning. So I don't know about you guys, but I feel like it's like a super exciting time, and I love the fact that it's only once a month, because it's so funny, like the strategy that goes on behind it. And I kind of just wanted to talk about that a little bit today. I'm gonna make a video tomorrow of the changes that I'm gonna be making throughout the day. So this is kind of like the pre-free rune removal event video, and I'm gonna do some arena and we'll see what else goes on. Let's just start off by going though to this dungeon here, because I don't know if y'all have done this or not, but this is what I did. I was like, oh sweet, Lizard Man, I can get some skill ups for my Dark Lizard Man and my Light Lizard Man. So I put on my Zeros, my 2 Lucians, my Galleon, and my Tosi, and hit start battle, thinking I was just gonna run through this dungeon like I do everything else, and I was gonna get some, pieces and farm the hell out of this dungeon. And then this is what happened, right? So Galleon did that, and then Zeros did that. Boom, just done. And then Tosi did this, done. And then Lucian did this, peace out. Girl Scout always doesn't do enough damage to kill it, but it'll do enough damage now. So that's what happened, and I was like, what in the mother F, bro? So what a troll dungeon. I can't even farm it. Like, I had 8 pieces. I don't even want to farm it. That's like so stupid, right? So troll. Thank you, Comptos, for doing that, because now I don't know what team I'm supposed to use to clear it. Probably something stupid and slow and not anything that I want to do. So aside from that, moving on, as far as my arena right now, like, I got a couple people that are farming me. They think they're cute and all, like Tabernacus. He lost, but then he's fought me twice, and Rin's fought me a couple times, and this other guy here, Undernourished Ego has fought me a couple times. And I don't really care too much, like, because my AD is gonna change come tomorrow, and then on reset day they're gonna be in for a little something something. But let's take a look at my list here, see who's on. I fought Forosnai earlier. I fought this other guy earlier too as well. He actually streams. If you guys want to check him out, his stream is Undernourished Ego. He's pretty cool. Forosnai is a YouTuber as well, Proc Ready Gaming. You could check his videos out as well. He's a pretty cool guy. I've imitated him in the past. Kind of stonerish. He's like, hello, YouTube. My name is Forest. Anyway, he's like really spacey, and I think he's funny though. He's a good player, and I think you guys should check him out as well if you haven't already. So let's just refresh and see who's on my list. So nobody fun. I was hoping I'd get Forosnai again, but nobody really strikes my tinkle in my pickle right now. This is kind of a cute arena defense. It's got Molly, which I know you guys were kind of wondering why I put Molly in my top 10 arena monster list. Well, let's fight her and maybe we'll see her do a thing. So I'm just gonna run my normal AO and see what happens. There's a lot of room for error against this arena defense, but we'll see how it goes. Alright, so it looks like we're in a pretty good spot so far. Right, not too much damage being taken. So pretty good. Not bad. Not bad at all. So let's go ahead and just throw some sweeping waves on. And then we'll time for loop. And then this is where Molly shines or doesn't shine. It's kind of troll. Just kind of leave it up to RNG. And it worked. Like, I didn't even do any damage to her. Look at that. Crazy, right? But on the second turn, I did damage the first time, but not the second time. And now she's gonna proc and heal. And uh-oh. My defense is, I mean, my AO is no longer the powerhouse that we once thought it was because of this exact reason here. And it's insane how ridiculous she can be. So it looks like I don't even want to leave her awake right now because she could just mess you up. Even if she has like nothing there, she could still, you know, even with the dots on her, she could still, you know, mess up your life. So I recommend not leaving her hanging around even with dots because she heals on her passive. So just take her out when you get a chance. Otherwise she's gonna mess you up real good. She's gonna be that girl that breaks up with you over a text message or something like that. So don't even mess around with her. Don't even touch her with a 10-foot pole is what I'm saying about Molly, okay? So looks like, yeah, looks like a couple attacks brought me down a little bit, but who cares? It's Friday night. So Speed Lucian team, that's no fun. Angel, this one, this is like, what are you gonna do to me, right? You can't do anything to me. There's like probably a 0.2 chance, 2% chance that this team would beat me. And what would have to happen is that Tyron just keeps throwing ice balls at me and kills my Zeros, and then this Perna keeps RNGing and violent procking and kills everybody else. But didn't look like that happened. It's definitely possible though. It definitely does happen, but it doesn't look like it happened that time. So I think we're in the clear here for now. For now. So Angel Vagato, I mean, I think that's Angel VN if I had to guess. I don't know. This AD would be like hit or miss. It just depends on Praha and what she wants to do. I don't really feel like losing, so let's just move on. This AO, it could go either way. Like, it just depends on if Orion wants to remove. He would have to, in order to beat me, he would have to remove all my buffs on, I want to say Galleon. Other than that, if you don't kill Galleon, then you're toast. So it could happen though, because he would remove buffs on Galleon, and then Sierra would put the bomb on him and then blow him up, and then I think I'd still do enough damage, but that would be really the only way that anything would happen to him. But as you can see, it turns out to be not so much. So it turns out to not really work out in their favor, if you know what I mean. But one thing I did want to kind of talk to you guys about as well, another good tip if you want to get out your notepads, because I know lots of you do that, right? Notice next round, I'll kind of point it out here. That's crazy how fast it goes up, man. Just like a couple wins brings you all the way down. It's so cramped up in there. So this team, it's not going to be good for what I was trying to explain earlier, but in this situation, I know this Zeroth is going to do a crap load of damage, okay? He's going to beast it out. Going to one-shot your entire team, right? That's what he's there for. So what I like to do is I like to counter that by putting in Darien. And Darien's not going to do anything, really. He's just going to be there to reduce the damage on these three guys, so that way they don't die. He's like more shield runes, right? So the reason why I can do that, though, is because he doesn't have any set buff removers other than this little girl right here, which girl, guy, whatever thing it or she is. I mean, it's the chances of this working out in his favor. Again, he would have to kill, he would have to remove all the buffs on Galleon, he would have to put a bomb on Galleon, blow up Galleon, and then, I mean, that would probably be the only way he could beat me. So if that happens, we'll see what happens. But I mean, this guy, he's a good player. Like, he gets G3 all the time. So, well, okay, so he hit defense break on my Darien. Luckily, Darien is tank enough to not give a motherfuck. And hopefully we can pop a couple bitches right here. Yeah, so he's done. And then everybody else is done right now. Well, maybe Zeroth is still alive. Nah, he's, well, what a weirdo, right? Just so tanky. Anyway, but you guys see how that worked. Like, Darien reduced the damage that was dealt to all three of my other guys, so that way they can hold up and withstand a couple more hits from the other players. And I did that because I don't need Triton in my arena offense at that time. There was no fire monsters that needed to that I needed to worry about as far as hitting Zeros, so I didn't have to have that wind element in there to, you know, offset it. I just wanted to make sure that my three main guys that could take out his entire team would stay alive, and that was really the only thought process behind that. So there are variations to my AO. I know I haven't showed it to you guys yet, but there are. The reason why I'm skipping those, it's Chiwu. He typically derps, meaning he uses his other skill, but I mean, that's no fun losing, right? You get pissed off at the game, even though it's not the game's fault, and you know, it's just not fun. So I stay away from it. I just fought that guy. I don't want to fight him again. This guy, Lucian's, those are no fun to fight either. Death Wish, Praha's no fun to fight. I mean, these are guys that I'd fight during rush hour, but just every day. Like, what's the point? Like, I think I can fight Ball, yeah. He's got nothing really that scares me too much, so I'll fight him. Obviously, there's always things that can go wrong. He's running like a tank defense. So if Chloe buffs and I miss all of my debuffs, and that would be a good way to lose. And it looks like he got, so if he gets stunned right now, oh, he didn't get stunned, so he didn't use his skill. Okay, so if Galleon would have gotten stunned, I would have had to like wait it out another turn and whatnot. But okay, so this is what I want to talk to you guys about earlier. So say you're in your arena offense and your team takes so long for its crit animations that you want to take them out of your AO. Well, there's a couple ways to get around it. I know with certain monsters there's not, but what I like to do is when you have a monster like Triton, especially, he has a huge long crit that like makes a wave, and then it comes back down, and then it even comes across and then blows everything up like that and removes the buffs, or doesn't remove the buffs, of course, as it's happened to me many times. But if you want to just avoid that, if you look at all these monsters here, this is dark, water, and wind, right? Okay, so Triton's a wind monster as well. So if I go against Orion, or however you want to call him, he's more likely to crit against Orion than he is against Chloe. Actually, he's more likely to crit against Orion than he is against either of these guys as well. But if you aim your attack, even though it's an AoE attack, if you aim it to the fire monster that he's most likely going to glance on, it's not going to show the crit animation. Does that make sense? Now obviously, if he crits on the fire monster, then it will show the crit animation, but it is something that you guys can do to lower the time of your AO, just by getting, if you have a huge area of effect skill and it takes forever and you want to just remove the monster because his crit animation takes so long, try this, because even though it's an AoE, as long as you're targeting the monster that's not the element, it's not going to use the crit animation, but you're not going to like lose any points from targeting the non-elemental advantage one, because he's going to attack all of them anyway. So with that being said, I guarantee you it's going to crit just to shove it in my face right now, and it's going to do the animation, but we'll see here. So it didn't crit, and it was really quick, and then I can move on to my next skill and then have, you know, Galleon go after him, so I didn't have to see the big wave in front of me. And then I put Zeros against Orion and no crit there. And then Tosi, Light and Darks, they're a different story because you can't really, they don't really glance against anybody. That's why he's in my arena offense, so that way he doesn't really have an elemental disadvantage against anyone. So he's gonna have that big crit animation, as you can see, pretty much every time. So there's not really too much around that. It's just gonna happen. But again, there's not really anything that I can go against here, so put it on a monster that you think he's gonna miss, and that's pretty much your best bet. With him, I really wanted to land that defense break, but I really want to get rid of this guy right now. I mean, after your AoEs are done though, obviously go for the monster that you want to kill, because if you don't, then it's not an AoE, you know? So it's not gonna do what you want if you don't attack the monster that you want to kill. So if you keep attacking the wrong element, yeah, you're not gonna have crit animations, but you're not gonna win either. So just a little tidbit there. It helps your AO if you just do that. I found it's really helpful in rush hour when you're trying to get through, you know, wings and stuff, and people are being ridiculous and stupid, and yeah, it's good stuff. So this AO, I mean AD, it's not really too much to it. The Leo kind of makes it fun, kind of gives his team a chance, because I know a lot of people don't like fighting Leos, but without a buffer, man, and it looks like these guys are all really slow, man, it's just not, it's not what I would say is ideal. Like, you want to attack bar buffer. You want a guy that's gonna speed up your team at least. Otherwise, if your monsters aren't faster than my monsters, they're still not gonna go first, and that Leo is just, what are you even doing, you know? So just definitely keep that in mind, guys. If you have Leo, make sure you pair him with the right monsters, especially on AD. And then since Triton is so freaking awesome, he crit on Zeros and had that nice little animation there. And then Galleon, of course, just horribly misses everybody. Oh well. So it looks like it looks like Zeros resisted even, which that should be fun. I wonder if Zeros attacks Tosi while he's got his sort of the Supreme Sky Wolf or something like that, if he can't use it anymore. That'd be something cool to test out. yeah, that'd be something real cool to test out. Or if you guys know, just let me know, because I think, pretty sure you can still use it. Sword of the Supreme Sky. Yeah, I was right there. Pretty sure you can still use it, right? If he gets skill reset while he has that on, does it take it off? I don't know. Never had it happen. Looks like I got hit by Forosnai. Oh, I want to fight him back. Well, we got a 10-minute wait here. What do I want to do? Do I want to wait? Maybe I should just put it in the next video. What should I do? I wish this was a stream right now and you guys can just talk to me. So maybe while we're waiting for that real quick, and that'll be the last thing we do on the video, because I don't want to make it too long, but let's just take a look at my runes real quick here. Actually, let's not take a look. Well, let's do it, because I know I'm trying to be sneaky for Sunday, and I don't want to give away all my secrets, because I know a few people in the top ranks do watch my videos and they'll know how to counter me. But look at my Bernard, right? So slow. 254. That's horrible. But he's on will, so it's kind of cool. And this could be faster if I took this rune and switched it out with this rune, but I don't want to. I like my Zeros being kind of fast. This amount of speed though without a 2-slot speed rune is really fun. This is what you guys want to be doing though tonight into tomorrow, as far as like getting prepped for free rune removal. It is a huge deal and it is very useful. What you guys want to be doing is saving up some mana. The reason why I say that is because, again, I know I'm supposed to have 500,000. I know, but you guys don't understand, because when stuff comes in the shop, I buy it. If I buy it, then I don't have 500,000 anymore, and then I gotta go farm to get 500,000 mana again. So what I want you guys to be doing though the rest of tonight is just farm up some mana, so that way when you're going through your monsters and you're trying to rune them, and say you come across, so say you're at this and you're like, what do I need to do to make my Lucian better? You come across a rune that is +9. Okay, I want to make this +12 just to see what this extra stat is going to be, to see if this rune right here is going to be better than let's say this rune that's +12 already. Obviously it's not in this case, but you guys understand what I'm saying. Like, you want to have enough money on hand, enough mana on hand, in order to kind of make a few upgrades on your runes. Or if you see this rune here, hey, it's got a little speed potential, let me see if I power this up, if it's gonna be worth it to switch out another speed rune. Because if you're doing it right, if you're doing the game right, you want to be farming like giants or dragons or necro all the time, so you're always going to have these runes that you may not have powered up completely just yet, but it might work in a situation that you never thought it would when you're coming across say Chloe, and you're like, hey, I don't have any runes on her, let's throw something on her for you know, whatever, and you're trying to rune her and you're like, oh, that rune, I didn't even know I had that rune because I picked it up one day and I never used it. But in this situation, to match her speed with somebody else's speed, this would be perfect since it does not have any speed on it, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So keep some mana, because you want to be able to power up those runes. Otherwise, if you have 0 mana, you know, you're gonna have to be farming for mana on free rune removal. Well, like, obviously you're gonna want to use your energy, but you're not gonna have enough mana to always do what you want. And then after free rune removal, after everything has gone past and you can't remove your runes for free anymore, and you power up a rune to 12, or you power up a rune and it does work, and you're like, wow, I really wish I would have had mana, while it was free rune removal, because now I can now this rune does work. I wish I would have powered it up on Saturday, but now it doesn't work because I have to take out $50,000 and put this one on instead. And you might do that for a couple runes, and you know it's not what you want. But like, this has scared me to death. Okay, and I'll tell you guys the reason why. I have not wanted to power this rune up to plus 12 because if he gets speed on this slot, it's not going to be good. If he gets speed on this slot, it's not going to be good because he and where's his name? Him are so speed tuned, like one way or the other, that if he goes up by 1 speed, he's going to go first before Triton, and then all hell breaks loose, and I got to switch out runes again and use a bunch of mana that I don't have. And so I definitely recommend saving up some mana for that, just in case something were to happen. And same thing for him, like, well, I guess he doesn't have any speed that would mess up, but I don't really like these runes, to be honest with you, but really just I need to suck it up and plus 12 them because it's not healthy. I need a plus 15 in this rune because it's decent. But anyway, enough about those. One cool thing, I got this little guy, this little piggy, the other day. Boom. Right? Lagmaron. Yeah, so I know you guys are gonna grats me and like be really nice about it. I appreciate that, but I don't think I'm gonna 6-star him for like a really long time. The reason being is because where is he gonna go on my team? He's not gonna replace Tosi. That's for sure. He's not gonna replace Zeros, and I don't really need to use him on defense at all. So it's really just, you know, a bad pull for me specifically. He's not 100% useless like some people might think he is, but he's not really a good pull for myself personally. So I mean, you win some, you lose some. I'll rune him for like World Boss and 6 him eventually because he's just a natural 5-star monster and he's a Chimera and cool. But he's just not on the top of my to-do list. The next one that I'm going to be 6ing though is Colleen, and she is a little cutie pie. Look at her, little fairy looks like, with some wangs and little tail. Look at that little twirl. I'm gonna be 6ing her though because she's good for raids. My raid 5 scroll, light and dark scroll that I got, guess what it was, guys? Guess what it was? You guys are gonna flip out if I can ever get down there without clicking on a million monsters on accident. Damn it. I hate this stupid box, man. Is it always laggy for you guys where it, like, if you move it, it might like go back and forth a bunch of times? Man, this storage box, you know what really grinds my gears? This storage box, man. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's the worst. Anyway, that's what I got. I got Escher, and I already have. Are you kidding me? I can't even click. I already have an Escher, and I already have a freaking Escher. And then, oh, guess what? Guess what, guys? Oh my gosh. You're ruining the joke. Oh my. Oh, there it is. Guess what? I got another Escher. Yay. So anyway, I got an Escher. I don't even have mine ruined right now. Trying to see what it looks like right now. Yeah, it's not ruined. This is technically unruined. So because none of these are, I think, are gonna do anything for him, so they're all technically unruined, and that is that. So other than that, I'm gonna leave it at that for the monsters. Gonna make some changes tomorrow. I'm gonna make a video tomorrow of those changes, and like I said, I wanna teach you guys. So if you would please leave in this video the comments of what you really want to know about ruining. Throw a monster down there. Throw a monster. Say, hey, how do I rune this monster? And I might ask you a couple questions because the monster may need to be ruined specific to another monster that you have, or you know, it may need to be speed tuned. So like for me, for instance, for Galleon, if you were to ask me how do I rune Galleon, I would 100% not tell you shield will. Okay, 100% would not tell you that. The reason why is because most people use Galleon a completely different way than I use Galleon. They use him on arena offense just like me, but they want him on violent, which for me, yeah, violent would be cool, it would be nice, but shield is a little bit better for me right now, so that's why I'm using shield will. So that's why it'll stay that way. But if you ask me, I'd say violent, and then the second slot, you know, the second rune portion, that is so situational. Most of the time you're gonna want will on Galleon. I think I'm trying to think of other situations where you wouldn't, but most of the time you're gonna want will on Galleon. If not though, probably revenge would be my next choice, would be what you want on Galleon. So definitely look at that. And so when you tell me a monster that you want me to help you rune, give me a little background story to it. Say this is what I'm using it for, this is what I want it to be used for. And if you want it to be used for multiple different situations, tell me that as well. And then what I'll do in the video tomorrow, I'll go through every single comment on this video and let you guys know exactly what I think that monster should be ruined like for your situation. There might even be monsters, the same monsters, like how do I rune Galleon for this situation? How do I rune Galleon for that situation? And I might have two different ways to rune the same monster. So it's really, really situational, guys. You can't like go into, I don't recommend going into a channel and saying, hey, how do I rune this monster? And then getting a bunch of people saying back, oh, rune it this way, rune it that way, rune it this way, rune it that way. Nah, I don't like that idea, because they're all gonna give you their opinion on what the best way to rune Galleon would be for their situation, not your specific situation. So you guys really want to be aware, again, of where you're getting your information from, because there is so much situational crap that's involved in this game. Like just because of Vermos has violent nemesis, 100 speed, 120 plus 120 speed, and like is a beast, 120 speed, a plus 120 speed Vermos would be crap with a 119 speed Praha, or 119 speed Juno, or 119 speed Soha or Aquila, or you know, whoever else. So it's really, you know, you don't want to say, oh, I think you should rune this monster with at least this much speed, with at least this, because I mean it's situational, guys. Like the runes, they don't have to look super awesome and great for one monster, because it's luckily it's not a 1v1 match, it's a 4v4 match, and you want to have all of those monsters together. And you guys like how I did that? Yeah. Anyway, The only monster though that I have done almost 100% is Zeros, and I'm not sure if I might make another change to him tomorrow. I really am debating on it, and we'll have to do some testing on it. Oh, and real quick, another tip for rune removal: when you're doing testing, I don't know if a lot of you guys know this, hopefully, but just so that way, for those who don't know, don't go into like Garen Forest and test out your crap. Go into TOA, and yeah, that's really embarrassing that I just pulled that up because I haven't passed TOA 47 yet, because I am lazy and don't like to do TOA hard for some reason. Go to a specific tower level in Trial of Ascension, one that you've already beat, and say 71 is level 50 monsters, so let's go to 61. 45, okay, let's go to 51. Level 40 monsters. So in order to test things, you want to go to maybe go to number 65. And guess what? You saw that. It costs 0 energy. Like, don't waste your energy on testing. You could test your monsters as much as you want here in TOA. That's the awesome part about it. Like, test your monsters, test their speed. You know, even though, you know, Zeros might be faster speed than Triton, he still might go after him because of the, you know, the leader buff, the you know, all these different things that are gonna come into effect with it. Test them out here because this is the best place to do it, unless you have like a arena offense leader skill that you want to test for speed wise, like a Vanessa or something like that. But still, this is the best way to do it, so that way you guys can get everything speed tuned, you can get everything working right, you can test damages. Go in the same floor though, because damages could, you know, switch if you go to a different floor that has different monsters with different, you know, damages. You want to make sure that you're testing apples to apples, oranges to oranges, potatoes to potatoes, tomatoes to tomatoes. But like I said, let's end the video off with a loss to Forosnai here. So here we go, Forosnai, Proc Ready Gaming. If this would work. Come on. Oh my god, you would do that. What does that even mean? What is going on right now? Is this really happening? I'm getting DDoS right now? Is that what I'm getting DDoS right now? By Forosnai. Forosnai's like, I see you. I'm watching you. Oh my gosh. This is like never happened to me before. Okay, so it works. So check this out. So this is what I've been running against Forosnai. I haven't lost yet, but this is what I've been running against his arena defense. It looks like the weirdest team, right? It's so YOLO, right? This is like the epitome of a YOLO AO. It doesn't get more YOLO than this. There's no healers. There's 3 damage dealers. The reason why I do this is because, well, if one goes down, I still got 2 more. If one gets stunned, I still got 2 more. You know, he's got really no damage other than, you know, him, which could potentially take out Tosi pretty easily, actually. And Bernard can land a debuff on him. So there's a lot of stuff that can go wrong in this AO. But I want to challenge Forosnai's monsters. I want to challenge Praha to use her 2nd skill against me. I want to challenge Vermos to use his 3rd skill against me. And I want to challenge Bernard to use his 3rd skill against me. And he's not going to use anything really. He might revive somebody, but he's not going to be a threat. He's not gonna stun me, he's not gonna do anything, but maybe remove a buff, which I think these guys are gonna go before him anyway, so I think we'll be in good shape with Eladriel. I don't really like Eladriel on this AD, but that's just my opinion. So if Praha doesn't use her second skill, I'm gonna have full will and we'll be Gucci. If Praha does use her second skill, then she'll have to stun somebody. And if Vermos uses his third skill, he'll have to stun somebody as well. So there's a lot of stuff that can go wrong, but it has to all work out perfectly for it to go wrong. And of course, since I'm recording it, you guys know damn well that it's gonna go wrong because I gotta look like a fool on video, and people are gonna go tell me to watch Jubagel's videos to learn how to play Summoner's War. So here we go. We'll see in the first turn how this is gonna play out. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. I think we're okay, guys. I think we weathered the storm. And we should be good to go. I landed that on everybody. I even reduced his cool time, which never happens. And I'm gonna kill Vermos on this turn, and Bernard. And then, oh, he's gonna clean up. Bye-bye. Easy peasy, turn one. That's a stall defense right there, guys. That is a stall defense that Forosnai is running. That's supposed to take you like 5 hours to beat. Oh, what the fuck, man? I know I fought him a bunch, but that's just rude. That's rude. So when I see that, I'm not gonna revenge him. I mean, obviously I don't have enough wings anyway, but that's a stall AD, and it died in one turn. So just so you guys know, with the right monsters, the right tuning, and the right runing, you too can beat Proc Ready Gaming, Forosnai as well, and then have your AD lose to him 3 times, because that's the story of my life, and my AD is horse shit. Which is this right here. And I told myself I wasn't gonna make this video long, but now it's at 45 minutes, and I still feel like I want to talk about my AD now. You know what? I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna save this for tomorrow. I'm gonna save my AD talk for tomorrow, so that way you guys can tune in for that as well. And I'll try to get the video out a few hours, probably about. I get off work at 8, and it stops. The free rune removal stops at 3. So math, 7 hours. So I get off work 7 hours before free rune removal. Takes 30 minutes to drive home. Come right on, do my video, and upload it before I even eat for you guys, because that's how dedicated I am to you. Illy 4L. I'll do that. I'll post it up so that you guys can watch it. So it'll probably come out about, I want to say, 5 hours before free rune removal, which gives you guys plenty of time to watch the video, make your final adjustments, and get ready for Sunday as well, which is the big testing day right after free rune removal, when you make all your changes, and then Sunday comes around and you finish not what you want to finish, and then you want to re-rune removal everything again, right? Because that's what happens. But other than that, guys, thank you so much for watching. I always appreciate everybody that stays to this point, so you guys are awesome though. I really love you, because you're the dedicated ones that stay till the end. But I love everybody as well, even for just for stopping by, just for giggles. So thank you so much. Stay soupy. See you tomorrow. Bye bye. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. If you want to see my previous video, click on the link. Also, the links for my Facebook, Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter will be in the description. And if you prescribe, I'll send you a t-shirt when I hit 5,000 subs. As always, stay soupy and don't be a potato.